Welcome to Decades, the only game show that takes you back in time. I'm your host, Frankie Francavilla, and this episode is brought to you by Cafe Deluxe. Let's meet the players. So they're going to give us their name, age, and major.
I'm Emma, I am 21, and I am a communication studies major.
I'm Shelby, I'm 20, and I'm a School of International Service major.
My name's Connor, I'm 20, and I'm a political science major.
There are 3 contestants, so here's how the game works. You 3 will go through 7 rounds. Each round covers a decade. Each decade will have 2 questions, one about pop culture and one about news. Whoever buzzes first gets to answer. You must wait to answer until I finish reading the question. If you get it right, you get the points. If you answer wrong, your opponents can steal. The further we go back in time, the more points the questions will be worth. The 2 contestants with the most points at the end of the 7 rounds will move on to a speed round, where they will be given rapid fire questions and have 2 seconds to answer before their opponent can steal the question. Whoever wins this round wins the game. The first 7 rounds we will start in 2010s and go back into the 1950s. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. We're going to start with the 2010s. Questions are worth 5 points each. All right, this first question will be a news question. In December 2010, riots began in Tunisia, sparking this major revolution across parts of the Middle East and parts of Africa until mid-2012. This revolution was known as what? Emma.
The Arab Spring?
That is correct. It was the Arab Spring. All right, now we're going to move into popular culture. Which actor, after receiving 4 Oscar nominations, finally won Best Actor in 2016? Shelby.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That is correct. All right, congratulations. We've already made it through the 2010s, but don't get too comfortable. Now we're going back to the 2000s, where questions are worth 10 points each. All right, let's begin with pop culture this time. In 2009, this movie became the 2nd most top-grossing movie of all time, featuring a blue species that lived on a planet called Pandora. Connor.
Avatar.
That is correct. The first top-grossing movie of all time is actually the 1939 film Gone with the Wind, just as a little fun fact for you guys. Okay, now let's move into 2000s news. In 2004, this city hosted the Olympic Games for the first time since the games began. Shelby.
Atlanta, Georgia?
No, that is not correct. Anyone can steal. Emma.
Athens, Greece?
That is the correct answer. Great job. Where Michael Phelps started making his name. All right. Whew, we've already made it through the 2000s. Now we're going back to the 90s, where questions are now worth 15 points. All right, this movie became an instant classic in 1994, starring Tom Hanks as a man who has accidentally been present at many historical events, while his love, Ginny, eludes him. Shelby.
Forrest Gump.
That is correct. It was Forrest Gump. All right, let's see how well you know the 90s news. What is the name of the historic South African leader who was finally released from prison after 27 years for opposing racial segregation? Emma.
Nelson Mandela?
That is correct. All right, now we're done with the 90s. Let's go back to the 80s, a time before we were even born. So now I've made the points worth 20 each. All right, Steven Spielberg released his innovative film E.T. in 1982. What was E.T.'s favorite candy? Shelby.
Reese's Pieces.
That is correct. All right, now here's a news question that's a little bit more relevant to this week. Name the man who in 1980 became the oldest person at the time to be elected to office of the President of the United States at the age of 69. Connor.
Ronald Reagan.
That is correct. The title now goes to Donald Trump, who is currently 70 years old. And that concludes the 80s. You guys are doing amazing. Let's check in with Nicolette, our co-host, to see who is currently in the lead.
So right now, Shelby is in the lead with 40 points, and then we have Connor and then Emma.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Nicolette. We come back with more, and as we move into the groovy 70s dudes and duets. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, we would like to give a special thanks to our today's sponsor, Cafe de Luxe. Be sure to visit them at any of their 4 locations across the DC area in Bethesda, Tyson's Corner, Weston, or the one closest to us at 3228 Wisconsin Avenue Northwest. Be sure to visit them, eat some delicious food, and check out their website at www.cafedeluxe.com for more information. Welcome back to Decades. We're about to get into the 1970s, but first, I want to know from our contestants, if you could go back to any decade, what decade would it be? Emma?
I think the 60s would be a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Woodstock and all that.
Great. How about you, Shelby?
I would probably go back to the 80s because I love to dance, and like, what better decade is there for that?
Connor?
I'd probably go back to the 2000s. It was a good time. I had fun.
Great. I mean, personally, not that you guys asked me, but I would choose the 50s because I just love the music and the cars and the styles. But anyways, let's get back to our game. When we left, Shelby was in the lead. Yes, Nicolette just confirmed that for me. But the other two still have a chance to catch up because the 70s are worth 30 points each. Are you guys ready for this next half?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. What year did the Watergate scandal occur? Connor?
1967.
No. Shelby?
1964.
No, let's remember we are in the 70s. Emma, you have a chance to steal.
1974.
Right track so far. 1972. All right. Okay, so again, we're in the 70s, but what is the name of the iconic singer of the rock band Queen? Emma?
Freddie Mercury?
That is correct. All right, so 1970s are done. Let's cruise on into the 1960s, where questions are worth 40 points each. All right, let's ask a question about music in this round. What is the name of the iconic album that features one of the Beatles' shoeless on the album art? Emma?
Abbey Road?
That is correct. It is Abbey Road. Okay, what was the name of the spacecraft that landed on the moon? Connor?
Apollo.
Which Apollo?
Apollo 13.
That is incorrect. Does anyone know? Emma?
Apollo 11?
That is correct. It is Apollo 11. Now we are headed into our last round. But first, we are going to check in for a score. Oh wait, no, I am so sorry. We are going all the way back to the 1950s first. I forgot an important decade, the one that I said was my favorite. All right, the questions are worth 50 points this round. How fitting. All right, so our first question is, what is the name of this American singer-songwriter who sang the song Ring of Fire? Shelby.
Johnny Cash.
That is correct. All right, here's our last question of the 7 rounds. In what year did the Korean War begin? Shelby.
1957.
That is incorrect. Connor, did you want to steal?
1954.
That is also incorrect. Emma, do you know?
1955.
Nope, the correct answer is 1950. All right, so our top 2 contestants will be moving on to the speed round. Can we check in with Nicolette to get a score check?
Right now, Emma is in the lead with 135 points, and joining her in the speed round will be Shelby with 90 points.
All right, so Emma and Shelby are going to be moving on to the next round. Thank you so much for playing, Connor. Stay tuned after the break, where the top 2 will enter into a speed round with questions spanning all the decades. We'll be right back.
I can get to the top. I can't get to the top. So what are you doing? Come on, isn't that dangerous? Oh, you don't think I can get to the top? I honestly don't care if you can get to the top. I'm trying to work it out. Let's get to the bottom. Get to the bottom, sir. Let's get to the top of things. All right. How long do you think it will take to get to the top?
Decades were. You said the 80s because...
Yes.
All right, welcome back to Decades. We are now entering our speed round. Here's how it works. I'll ask you a question and you'll have 2 seconds to give the right answer. You keep going until you get one wrong. If you do get one wrong, the question then goes to your opponent and they keep going until they get it wrong. Then it goes back to you and so forth. It's going to start with Emma because she had the highest points coming in. Whoever wins this round will win a $50 gift card to Cafe Deluxe, which you can use at any of their 4 locations across Washington, D.C. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, so Emma, since you were in the lead, like I said, you will be going first.
Okay.
All right. So, what iconic movie franchise and best-selling novels released its last film in an 8-part series in 2011?
Harry Potter?
That is correct. What is the name of the top-selling album of all time? Nope. Okay, you can steal.
The White Album?
Nope. The answer is Thriller. Okay, we're going back to Emma. Who was the first female Prime Minister of Great Britain?
Margaret Thatcher?
That is correct. What was the name of JFK's wife?
Jackie? Jacqueline?
I would accept either of those. All right. When did Queen Elizabeth become the queen?
1954?
Close, but not quite. All right. Shelby, do you know what year she became queen?
No, but 1946?
Nope. 1952 is the correct year. All right, Emma, who is the internationally known all-star drag queen?
RuPaul?
It is RuPaul. Who was the first man to walk on the moon?
Neil Armstrong?
That is correct. And lastly, what is the name of the Motown group that Michael Jackson got his start in?
The Jackson 5?
It is the Jackson 5. It looks like our winner is Emma. Congratulations. You have won yourself a $50 gift card to Cafe Deluxe. Woohoo! All right, but don't worry, Shelby. We have a nice t-shirt for you for the
Yes.
film The Accountant.
All right. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. All right, well, that concludes our show. Thanks again to Cafe Deluxe, and thanks to our crew and contestants. Be sure to tune in next time for more about the decades.